Hi people, my name is Janaína. I'm 34 years old. I am from Brazil and I live in Norway. Norway, today is a sunny day, so everybody has to go out and put the face in the sun because it's special. It's not that common to have a lot of sun. So I did yesterday, but I'm super tired. It's like I'm burned, you know. But I met my friend that I did a Tantra course with, and she was talking about my first video that she's following, and my first video was about my experience in being fat. And then she says, I have a lot of tips for you, and I don't agree what you said there, but she was talking about how to lose weight, and really my intention wasn't to say how to lose weight, because I don't know how. I don't know really the formula, but my message was that it doesn't matter what you do in your life about health and losing weight or gaining weight or whatever you do, that you have to love yourself and like yourself, and I'm on the way to that. I'm not 100%. I still have I fall short sometimes with self-esteem issues, but that's the message for me. It doesn't matter who you are or the weight or where you are in the stage. If you want to lose weight or not, you have to love yourself as you are. That's basically what I tried to say in that 20-minute video, talking all over the place, because that's how I am. I talk all over the place. My husband said that, oh, you talk all over the place. Yeah, but that's what my message was. It's not about if you should lose weight or not. It's not about that. But this video today, I want to talk a little bit more as a second part about the poverty experience, because I think I left out one thing that I feel is important about poverty. I have a lot of crazy experience being poor, and how we endure stuff being poor, but not that poor, Like, I remember one thing very interesting when I came to Iceland first time 10 years ago. My husband is from Iceland, and I went to Iceland first time 10 years ago. So his sister was impressed because I told about the story when I had my third child. I was divorced already. I was a single mother, and then I didn't have anybody to drive me to the hospital when I was giving birth, so I just took the bus. I didn't have anybody, I didn't have money for the taxi, so I just took the bus. So she thought there was scandalous. I just said, it's normal, it was okay. Then after she said, yeah, maybe Icelanders, Icelanders or people from Norway or Europe wouldn't understand that. Well, that's how it was. But as I live the experience, so sometimes I don't give credit for it, Like when I left my ex-husband, I just left with a wheelbarrow with things that I thought that was essential needs. And my children, I didn't think I needed anything else at that moment. I just thought that the situation I was in, violence, it was too much, and the kids couldn't take it either. So I decided to leave with not much help or money. I actually came around one text I wrote for my English assignment, talking about how to be yourself, and I talk about a little bit my experience with poverty and how it's complicated to keep being yourself when you have extreme conditions and difficulties. And it's very interesting. I talk a little bit about it. I'll put a link on the description and in the comment section in this video, so You can read it later. It's a little bit, yeah, it's okay. It's not, I'm not a good writer, but it's okay. It's okay text. So, but what I want to talk about poverty, really, is about the rich or middle class or Europeans concept of what poverty is, or how poor people should be, or how poor people should act. It's a thing that I learned a little bit being halfway privileged, that I have a little bit different perspective on things. So what it is, I've been to poverty, and I've been around poor people, poorer than me, same poor as me, and I've been to rich people party, rich people houses. I have contact with rich people, not only in Brazil but also here, and there is some concept that is really coming. I read a lot of articles about that. It's called poverty porn. What is poverty porn? Poverty porn is like the ideal or the image that the rich people do think about how poverty is, like a barefoot kid that doesn't have any running water and doesn't have any clothes. But today we know that it's not always like that, and really a lot of people that go to Africa and places in Brazil that there are a lot of poverty, and see that there is a lot broader than just not to have clothes and food and, you know, running water. You can be poor having all those things. You still need more. People need education. People need socialize. People need work. So my video today is about that. Is that poor people. It's not idealization in your head, you know. Poor people also have their own personalities. Like I see a lot of rich people talk about that poor people should be more humble, and I say, why? Why? They are humans. They have the same right to existence than others. So I ask why. It's just like women be submissive. Why? So one time, poor people have the same problems as rich people. Emotional. They have relationships. They love. They have sex. You know, I hear and I hate that. Oh, these poor people should not have sex and have too many babies. They have too much sex. They have too many babies. You know what? Poor person don't have the right to enjoy life too? I read some article about some psychologist that was want to help refugees, and then she said that, oh, maybe I cannot help these people. They went through so difficult times and wars and everything. Maybe I'm not qualified to help them. But then she went anyways, and then she saw that these refugees had problems like anyone else. Like they were talking about love, they were talking about relationships, people that they met in the refugee camps and they wanted to meet again, and drama and love, you know, and passion. So poor people also have the same drama as rich people, or not. There are some, or people from other countries, exotic countries, or you know, it's just we have to make our idea, to change our idea what poor people should look like, or should do, or should act like. We should be more understanding of others, you know. Sometimes, like, we just send money to them and then that's it. It's cheaper to take care of people in their countries. But it's not all that. You have to see that there is a lot of facets and a lot of sides that sometimes people don't understand. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about it today. It's a little difficult subject. I have some experience with it, but I'm still learning. Like one day, I caught myself thinking, what is this guy thinking? I study with refugees, and one of them was from Afghanistan, and he is for a long time here in Norway. But then we were talking about something. I studied about Italy. I was in English class, I think. Then he was saying I didn't like Italy, and I said, why? I loved Italy. I love Italy. I speak a little Italian. My dream was to go to Italy. I went some years ago, and I love Italy. Then I asked why. I was curious, and then he said to me, "Man, the man there was always with with no t-shirt on." I didn't feel comfortable with that, and then I thought for myself. I didn't say to him. I thought, what is this? Normal? What an asshole! People want to take their shirt off. But then afterwards, I think about it. Yeah, he was crazy. Why he saying that? It's crazy. But then afterwards, I think, yeah, I hear some kind of comments like that from Italians too, about Norwegians, from Norwegians about Brazilians. Some kind of comments like sexist, is moral, crazy stuff, you know. That a person that has no t-shirt on is going to affect me. How? How can it affect me? How should affect me? I shouldn't care. That's how I think. But for him, it was. But he is an asshole. So, so the poor people and refugees also can be assholes. You know? And then I think, why do I think that they don't have a right to be? They just have. They are assholes. They're rich. There are assholes, there are Norwegians, there are assholes, there are Brazilians. Brazilians, I hear a lot of comments like that, so I have to start, we just have to start seeing the person, not if they're poor or if they're refugees or if they need it or whatever. Refugees are just people. Another thing was, because I was going to a class at the same time, like a class, it was younger people. I was almost the oldest there, and I always tired. Oh my God, come home. The kids talk when the teacher was talking. Was like teenagers, 19 or something, and then I was come home tired, and I said, you know, people don't allow me to hear the teacher, you know, I feel like I'm 100 years old that I have to say shh to everybody. But then I come home, my daughter goes to school with Norwegians, with all Norwegians, and then she complained about the same stuff, you know. So I know it's a cliche to say that, but we are all humans, we all have the same issues, and you stop thinking like we are separated by some crazy standards, you know, and understand that being poor is not a box. You don't have to fill a test and then you pass, I'm a poor, you know. There are different kinds of poor, you know. And yeah, and poor people need to be respected like humans. That's, I think it's something that all poor people would put a flag and wish that they were respected as humans and heard and not only helped like children. They're not children. They're people with talents, with shortcomings, and yeah. So that's all for today. I'm gonna enjoy the day. I have to work now. I will put the link for my text. It's in English in the comment sections. So have a nice day until I will wait until I will be inspired to do another video. Beijinhos.